We're gonna try. We're gonna actually try and run this recording. But we're gonna play an old school game rather than try and run something untested. And I was getting my face rocked in Punch-Out, so instead we're gonna change it up to a game I really like that's super duper old, but I just discovered it's in here, and it's a kind of new version, so it's technically it's known to me as Tetris Attack, but in the real world, or in Japan, it was called Panel de Pon. Don't know. I think I remember it. When it was released in the States, they used a lot. So let me make sure I get in the swing of this. But more to the point, yeah, the audio is a little bit lagged for me, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to play other games in a really convincing way, but I can maybe play some old emulator games this way, so maybe that's what I need to do with my time until I get a better computer, or maybe I need to just like investigate the best way to do this in a more efficient manner, because yeah, the lag is real on my end. You guys don't know, maybe you do, maybe it's evident in the recording how bad it is, but it is super evident to me that I am playing a couple minutes, or like a half second ahead of what's happening in my brain. Oh my god, now I gotta pause it. How do I pause it? There we go. Turn this back on. Alright, well, that'll be the end of this play session, because life comes at you fast. But, theoretically, oh my god, it was so far behind. So far behind. Anyway, yeah, this was called Tetris Attack when it came to the States, and that, of course, is where I fell in love with it. But in Japan, it was called Panel de Pon, and it was a weird puzzle game starring a bunch of fairies. Anyway, Nintendo didn't think that would sell too well in the States in the early 90s, so they dressed it up with a bunch of Nintendo characters. They still left it like a really arcane, complicated puzzle game, but they just totally took the theme out of it, which was, you know, a strange choice, but again, you know, like Japanese executives in the 90s, you know, they had a lot on their minds in terms of, like, trying to make video games, like, the market works, so who knows? Again, I'm sure just one person said, this is a dumb idea, and they were like, sweet, then we're gonna do it a different way. And maybe immediately they were like, this is terrible, we should just release the original game. Americans like pervy little fairies just as much as the next guy. But tragically, you know, this was before patching, this was before the internet, this was before they could get, like, reviews from the gaijin understanding what's going on in their games, so, you know, that's kind of the way the game stayed, and I played it in the state a lot, like a whole lot. Me and a couple friends of mine, we really developed, like, a coalition. We used to, throw down, if you can imagine, like, pickup games of, like, any real sport, we had pickup games of this. People would come to each other's houses to, like, you know, prove who was the best Tetris attacker in the land, and for a while I was the best, but I think that was one of my earlier experiences with just being outclassed by the younger generation. You know, I thought I was really hot stuff, playing a couple of these cats, and then they were so good. You know, even one of the ones I taught, one of the guys I trained, who was not a super hardcore gamer, but, you know, he knew his way around games. Like, I love this because of the combos. I've mentioned in a couple videos that I'm huge into fighting games. You know, there's a lot going on in those games in terms of, like, setting up what could happen next, what will happen next, conditioning your opponent. A lot of that exists in this weird like puzzle game, which is why I like it so much. I'm not really demonstrating, you know, to the fullest of ability right now. Maybe it's translating a little bit in the gameplay, but you can really go, like, bananas in terms of, like, setting up some multi-part plays here. And every time you do, you know, every time you get the combo juices flowing, the game gives you, like, a satisfying little freeze. You know, you hear the little girl saying go or stop or whatever. I'm sure it's Japanese. But that's what tells you that, like, and then, like, you work even faster to continue building the combo, and you keep working faster and faster, and, like, of course it's Tetris, so the screen is always moving up, always up, you know, like, pressure's on you, but you're like, no, if I just get another second, I can set up this combo, I can totally do it. And eventually, you know, with enough time and practice, you do learn how to set these things up. And that's it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, I'm not gonna have the chance to do it. I'm playing this now because I'm really not satisfied with the video that I'm gonna be putting on the channel tomorrow. I mean, I don't necessarily set up a 2-piece. I could have set up a 3-piece there, but I never got to it. And then an extra layer of fun on the Tetris Attack Salad when it came to the States, of course, was they did dress it up with Nintendo characters. So you got a little bit more exposure to some of the characters in the Mushroom Kingdom in the Mario universe that never get highlighted in the games, you know, because they're just like enemies, or because, I mean, they had to invent a bunch of them because I think they stole some of the character designs from this game, but a lot of them, they just use deep lore Mario characters from, like, the Game Boy games that had, you know, been invented and people liked but never really got into a mainline Mario game. Never got a sequel, I don't think. Never got a real, you know, the soundtrack is great. Loving the sound, just like the reminder of the soundtrack. I'm definitely gonna download this and listen to it in my car. I gotta go. I shouldn't keep playing this game. I gotta go. Every now and again I mention, you know, that I am a parent, that I am like a father, and, you know, sometimes the kids need you. And, alright, so, yeah, so I should have set that up as a combo, and then I could have had that with a 2-piece. It's coming back. I'm starting to feel it. Because you get this sense of boredom when the board is too clear. You start thinking, like, ugh, nothing's going on. I gotta just make some quick and dirty matches. That's a 2-piece, you know? But you can really get it going when your brain is firing on all cylinders, and mine is not. This is just supposed to be a sound test. It's not a great sound test. What I was trying to test, you know, the ability to record from the Switch, and you can cheat there too. You saw how I kind of, like, cheated gravity to make that one a combo. Oh, couldn't make it in time. I just love it. You know, tickles my brain so much. I'm probably gonna do this a bunch when I'm gonna go to bed when I get home, because now I have maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll stream this tomorrow. Maybe that's what I can do. This was a test to see if I could record a Switch game, because, you know, I have a Nintendo Switch and a YouTube channel, so it really seems dumb that I didn't, you know, combine both of those things before now. I did. I played a few Switch games up until this point. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but it was before I was doing audio commentary in my videos. Yeah, I hear you. Alright, yeah, I know. It sounds bad. That's just because I'm being picky. Okay, are you happy now? You feel better about how things are going? I guess I'm just gonna go until I lose. I'm getting kind of greedy, so I'm probably gonna shoot myself in the foot sooner than the game is gonna outsmart me, but that's all part of the joy of getting back into the swing. Yeah, I guess I could stream this tomorrow, or maybe I'll just fire up the Switch, the old Switch key, and see what games there are to stream. Because I was gonna do Hollow Knight, and I even have Hollow Knight on this thing. I could even pick up my Hollow Knight save and take that places. Ooh, lag. But I think that's just like NES lag, not necessarily stream lag or hardware lag on my end. Yeah, I don't know, maybe this, maybe something else. Point is, Raphael Raven was a cool character. Gargantua Blarg, he's got my absolute favorite theme. I'm kind of curious what thing has Gargantua. Let's do some combo magic. We couldn't do it. Yeah. That over there. I'm playing this game a lot. It's frying my brain a lot. I'm hoping this is entertaining for you to watch a little bit. And now it's just busy work. Now I'm just like procrastinating because I don't want to do the thing that, life comes at you fast. And, this is funner than that. This is a whole lot funner than that. And honestly, that will wait a second. Didn't make it. Did not make it in time. Didn't make it in time again. It's starting to get pretty fast anyway, so this is we're rapidly approaching the end. Can I get a two-piece here? Yep, I can. There. Yeah, so I got outclassed. I got outclassed real hardcore, and I recognized pretty immediately that I was still in the game, I was still wanting to play, but, once the Emperor started to bleed, I couldn't really, it just rapidly, it just became more and more obvious that there were more people who were going to be able to exceed what I could do in this game. And I gradually fell out of interest with it, like what puzzle game can hold you forever. But I had a couple, romantic partners, couple, friends who were really into it, so maybe, this will spark a resurgence since we do have the Switch now and it allows you to play a lot of these old games. That maybe you should try playing some of these insane old puzzle games from like the early 90s that may not necessarily have, it's not a crazy mechanic, right? It's just like switching blocks around, but this is so addicting and, just like challenging as you go on. Tetris itself is, tried and true formula, right? But it's still Tetris, it's still like blocks sliding up the screen. This adds a whole nother spin on it because you can have the combos, and there were a lot of attempts at actually making legitimate competitive puzzle games, Puzzle Fighter came along. That was the game that Capcom made in the wake of Street Fighter, well, not specifically Street Fighter, but Street Fighter Alpha, that whole series of games. Because they were just like addicted to the anime chibi style of their characters, they made a puzzle game starring chibi versions of a bunch of the popular ones that looked good that way, like Sakura, and some of the popular ones of the Darkstalkers that were like hot or interesting. They made it into it. Donovan, who I'm a big fan of, he's a Darkstalker for no good reason. He made it into Puzzle Fighter. But, unsurprisingly, as niche popular as that game is, it wasn't a huge hit. There's something about, am I gonna lose? Is this the end of times? No, this is not the end of time. I got 4-piece. That's what I'm talking about. That momentary of excitement there that came almost entirely by accident. You want to chase that high forever. I will spend my entire gameplay from the rest of the night trying to match the fervor of that one 4-piece string I just dropped off. It gets easier and easier as the level gets bigger. fuller blocks, but that also increases your risk of blowing it. So you kind of have to temper all your decisions with whether or not you should try and get a bigger bloody match or just clear some room. I hope I'm not like boring you with Tetris. Like, I hope this video is good. I've never done a puzzle game on my channel before, and they fascinate me because my brain is like a weird robot claptrap, but I can recognize that this might not be the most interesting thing in the world for other human beings to digest on a YouTube channel. I'm just, the thing I'm gonna record is it's a demo on top of the fact that I'm not gonna record, I already recorded it. It's a demo of the customization parts of a game that's coming out. I thought maybe it was gonna be a real game afterwards, like you customize and then let you walk around the fake world, something, but no, you just and there's not even a lot of clothes. There's like one shirt, one pants. You just kind of get to play with your face a lot, and it's not a good video. It's not. I was gonna release it because I ain't got nothing else going on right now, and then I just started playing video games. But now we're here. Oh, okay, all right. I was not expecting to have as much success as I'm having, so I have got to go. I didn't realize how much time I'd been filming. Shoutouts to you for watching this video. Please watch it. If you're into this, leave a like, because that will tell me that I need to, like this will technically come out, I missed it, before stream time tomorrow. I blew that one. So, if you see this video, watch it, like it, whatever, and maybe I'll be streaming it later on today, because if not, it's going to be like a video about customization, and that's just bad news. I'm kind of upset at myself for doing it, but it was for a friend. Anyway, check out this game. It's called Tetris Attack in America, or Panel de Pon in Japan. It was released for the Super Nintendo / Famicom back in the 90s. If you play in the Japanese version, it's got a bunch of fairies in it, not commentary or anything. They're legitimate fairies. You can see them over there. If you're playing the US version, it has a bunch of Mario characters in it. Yoshi, not like Mario. That's the weird thing, right? It's just like, because they couldn't get the Mario license, they just used a bunch of Mushroom Kingdoms, so like, it's technically a Yoshi game. Yoshi is the lead character of the game, and everybody else is, I guess, somebody from Yoshi's Island? Bowser's in it. He makes an appearance. But all the little puzzle characters, is this it? Is this the end of Lovable Ignis? It might be. I did it. I died. Okay, phew. Thank goodness. I'm glad I finally died. I made it to speed level 40. I smashed the high score a little bit. I had a little bit of fun. So, shoutouts to you for watching. Flibbity flobbity floop. I am going to be an adult. And so we have to do this. Da 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 da.